What's up, guys? It's the Sound Alchemist and
Gush1,
and we are back at it again, bringing you 40 facts. No, this is not 40 facts. This is for the greater.
You like how we tricked you there?
I tricked myself. No, wait, no, I didn't. I tricked you.
Yeah, there you go. So this is a video where we answer the questions left by our subscribers, and our subscriber, Mr. Crimson Lycan, left a really good comment. If you guys want your questions answered for next week, we put these out Monday and Tuesdays. Just simply comment down below with question followed by your question. We read those first. So he asks, what Nurgle plague do you think is the most frightening? I'm gonna go ahead and say it. The zombie plague.
That's a good one.
It's the most frightening because it hit during the 12th and the 13th Black Crusade, and it devastated an entire sector. Like, it went, like it carried over to ships, and the ships transported it to different planets. So it was an entire sector of just zombies. And you can't, like, how do you bounce back from a zombie plague?
Exterminatus.
Yeah, that's pretty much the only way. And then even then, it's pretty gross. If you check out our zombie facts or zombie plague video, or 40 facts on the zombie plague, it explains how the likelihood of the likelihood of you becoming a zombie is not as much as like The Walking Dead, where like The Walking Dead, if it bites you, you're done, right? Mm-hmm. Same thing with Resident Evil. With the zombie plague, if it bites you, I think there's a 70% chance that you might get infected. But that's fucking scary, because like all that means is that it's gonna prolong the time that a population has to become infected. Because like with the whole Walking Dead thing, you know that the majority of the planet are zombies.
Well, technically, they're already infected. It's just once you die, you come back as a zombie.
Yeah. But then, like with this one, I think the population of non-infected people are still there's more of them, so it's kind of more like clash between two non-infected tribes, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And that would create like chaos and whatnot.
Yeah, and it's just like, the cool thing is, I mean, yeah, you're in a starter, you got all this power armor, but there's so many humans, so many Imperial Guard. It's like, it really is like a battle of the numbers. But I think my most horrible plague that Nurgle has created, I forget what it's called, but it's the one where like you get infected by like bot flies, and they literally grow inside you and they eat you from the inside out. Again, I forget what it's called, but it's just like, just having something like being birthed inside of you and like eating its way out, like I that just like creeps me out. It's like, I don't like having things in me, like it's just, you know, like worms and stuff like that. Like I'm done.
The scary thing is that that's a real life.
Yeah, I know it can happen.
Parasite.
Yeah.
There's a parasite that eats your brain. That's gross.
It is gross. But zombies eat brains.
Yeah, but a zombie's like giant, and like a worm eating your brain, kind of like that worm thing from the Tao.
A good question though. That was what's your guys' favorite Nurgle plague?
Yeah. Comment down below. Let's start with some more questions.
This one's by, I think it's in Russian, so I don't know your name. But he asks, emotions of intelligent beings project into the warp, but when people are in the warp, do they project into reality?
Okay.
If it can go one way, it could probably happen the other way.
Yep. Yeah, if you're in the warp, you could actually jump out of the warp. That's what the Legion of the Damned are. Mm-hmm. And then the Hand of the Emperor, aiding different saints. The Emperor is coming from the warp into real space.
Right.
So yes, you can, but it's usually very rare, and
it does happen though.
Yeah. Next question comes from 40K Helper. What is Slanesh's favorite type of porn? Let's see what you guys responded. Chaos Marine 555 says bestiality or BDSM. That was BDSM. Yeah, I don't know.
Like body dismemberment, sadism.
That would make
nasty
sense.
Shit.
That would make sense.
I could be wrong.
KPEMUKOBCU says triple penetration scat BDSM with a donkey.
Now that I'd pay to see.
Yeah, what do you think?
Well, that's like the same thing because it's a donkey, so it's like bestiality.
Bestiality. Yeah, it is.
It would have to involve like some like the most sickest thing that you can't even think of.
Yeah.
Because Slanesh is like both male and female at the same time, so I can't even fathom.
I think it's that one shit with like girls wearing high heels squishing rabbits, baby rabbits.
Oh, that's so horrible.
Bunnies. Yeah. Anyways, next question.
Try to sleep tonight thinking about that, guys. This one's by Brandon Ottman. He says, okay, you have made it clear that female space marines can exist, but what about female tech marines? They are mostly machine anyway, and anyone can get those. So will that work?
Yeah. A tech marine, or a tech priest, or a tech marine. No, he said tech marine, right?
Yeah, tech marine.
A tech marine is still a
marine.
Yeah. So no. Anything that involves the gene seed and the organs, the space marines wouldn't even bother touching or attempting it on a woman.
Right.
Because it would kill her.
You'd basically have to be like in the Imperial Guard or the Sisters of Battle. Or like a rogue trader or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Just no gene seed augmentations, basically.
Yep. Next question comes from Juanita James. She asks, what happened to the Men of Iron? The Men of Iron were wiped out by the humans.
Yeah, the Emperor, right? Didn't he like order their destruction?
No, the Emperor came about like afterwards. So that's like the murky. That's where the canon gets all murky because it used to be the warp storms that caused the Age of Strife, but then they brought the Men of Iron, and that combined.
I was thinking of Thunder Warriors.
Yeah, no. So they combined those two together. Yeah, what's funny to me is like, why didn't the Emperor come out when the Men of Iron were taking over? If he was hiding.
You want to see how humanity would fare against such a big threat?
Yeah, but what happened to them? They're all done. They're dead.
Yeah, they're gone. This one's by Brodio. He's got 2 questions. First one is, can we get a video about your guys' ideas about the different Chaos Entity corruptions and mutations and how they would affect the Tyranids? That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll get we'll get a video on that. And your other question is, as an old player who likes to paint, how do you guys feel about Redskin Orcs in black rusty armor?
I didn't like that. Like the first time I saw Red Orcs, I thought like, oh, it's cool if it's paint, but like no, they're painted completely red. And I didn't like that. But I didn't like that because like an orc is supposed to be green and this thing is red. Like, painting wise, it's red on red. It doesn't look good.
Yeah, I feel like red's too much of a color that pops. Mm-hmm. And if you have like a whole horde of like red orcs, that's just aesthetically it wouldn't look that cool.
Yeah, and rust is like it's a warm color, so it's gonna be a really warm model. So yeah, those are my thoughts. George Pantoja says, "Do you think that was that it?"
Yeah, that's all.
Okay. Do you think that the Doom Marines can kill a Space Marine or maybe a Bloodthirster? Doom Marines. Who are the Doom Marines?
Like the Doom Sirens, like the Emperor's Children. Oh no, I think they're like their own like
chapter,
like kind of like the Angry Marines.
Oh, okay. Yes.
I mean, they're Marines, so they have a chance.
Yeah, why not?
Where there's a will, there's a way.
Oh.
And there's always a will.
Otherwise, you get raped. Next question.
Astartes Master Ramiel. Are Centurions ever deployed into Space Hulks?
Yes, Centurions are made for close combat and siege warfare.
Yeah, they got siege drills, they've got like heavy bolters on them.
And what is a Space Hulk? It's just a giant floating fortress.
Basically, yeah.
Yep. Next question comes from Benjamin Loel. What Imperial Guard regiment would you like to fight in and why?
I want to say the Death Corps of Krieg, because they're so badass, but like the chances of me dying are like 100%. So
yeah, they are.
So because of that, I'd probably say the Catachans, because they're like the Rambos, and Rambo never dies.
I would want to fight in the Orc Hunters. Same shit, kind of same thing as the Catachan, except that the Orc Hunters are veterans. So I'll be a veteran going into it. Next question.
Daniel Ruiz. I just started collecting miniatures, and I decided to make my own chapter. And I wanted part of its fluff to be that they are all predominantly have the pariah gene, so no librarians or psychic abilities. This adds in the difficulty of finding blanks among the human populace in the Imperium. Would such a chapter even be possible when the Inquisition takes all blanks they can find and makes them into assassins?
Yeah, it's possible because the galaxy is huge. So the Inquisition, they send their black ships or whatever. There's only a couple ships, so the chances of your Space Marine chapter having a sector or a planet like what is that called? A solar system, special for them is likely. And you can make lore saying that that specific planet where they're getting their recruits from, maybe there's some type of ritual that happened in the past that prevented or that made humans have the pariah gene. Maybe they're abhumans who were infected by some Necron technology because the Necrons were trying to get rid of psychic everything. They created the pylons,
Right.
So maybe they created something that mutated humans into being pariahs.
And one of the things that the Inquisition does is they kind of do target these guys. So maybe you can have your Space Marines be like a hidden chapter, like they're fleeing from like the Inquisition or they're trying to stay, away. Or you can have them, always try to, fight each other.
Yeah, you could have them, because so if they're going to be going up against the Inquisition like that, because the Inquisition is trying to get access to their recruitment source, what you could say is that they had to ally themselves with a Space Marine chapter that's not adherent to the Codex Astartes, and is not that it's kind of like standoffish against the Imperial rule. Not in terms of like betrayal or anything, but like I'm thinking Space Wolves.
Yeah, that came to mind.
The Black Templars, because the Black Templars, they hate Psychers.
Mm-hmm.
So if they find an entire chapter full of blanks,
yeah,
it's gonna be like awesome for them too.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go.
There's ways around it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, where there's a will, there's a way.
There's a hole.
It's gonna get rained.
Robbie Yedel says, "What cool 40K related things do you guys get for Christmas?" Oh, thanks for asking. And by the way, Happy New Year to you guys.
Happy New Year, Happy Holidays.
Yeah, it's been New Year's. Oh, today's the first day. Cool.
Hey, yeah.
Well, for you, it's gonna be the second day. So I got 2 drop pods and a Devastator squad.
That's pretty cool because I can't wait to go up against that. Yeah, I didn't exactly get anything 40K related, but I did get cash. And with that cash, I've got a few extra things for my 11th Legion army. So I got my Primarch. I've got a special character, Armillus Dynat. I love the model for that dude. He looks amazing. If you don't know what he looks like, go to the Forge World page. He's part of the Alpha Legion, but I'm going to paint him up in my colors. And I got a drop pod. So
What Primarch are you using?
it's a Horus model, but he's been converted, and the guy who painted it was already using my color scheme, so it worked out pretty sweet.
Nice. You're building up a freaking awesome chapter.
So it's coming, guys, so stay subscribed so you can catch that lore.
What did you guys get? Comment down below.
Yeah.
Your turn?
Right,
Sint and Piet. If the Emperor is already back, but has not revealed himself to prevent civil war, what do you think he is doing now? He's not back. The Emperor is still on the Golden Throne, otherwise the Golden Throne would be open to the warp. I mean to the to the warp. I don't know. Did we say that the Emperor was back?
No, the Emperor's still on the throne.
Okay. Ben Gorst Wright says,
Keep going. Now, these are all comments.
if say a new player race, or sorry, if say a new playable race was coming to 40K, what would they be in your opinion? Splinter of current factions or new race entirely? Honestly, I think it's going to be a splinter because that's what GW is kind of doing. I think it's more enticing to bring like splinter chapters than
introduce something
completely new. Yeah, because there would be it's kind of standoffish to be like, damn, I gotta start collecting all over again. But when you bring in things like the Scutari, which you can ally with the Imperium, Dread Knights, right? They're called
Dread Knights.
Yeah, the big knight thingies, the knights.
Oh, the Imperial Knights.
Yeah, Imperial Knights. Then you can attach that to one of your Space Marine chapters. Yeah.
Even the Gene Stealer cults, you could ally with Tyranids.
Yep.
So yeah, to me, on a story point of view, it doesn't make sense to bring a race and say, bam, these guys are here and they're just as powerful as everybody else. But it's like, where were they? Yeah. How did they get to this? Like, I mean, you can make it work. Where there's a will, there's a way. But anyway, yeah, it'd probably be just a offshoot of some other army.
That's the quote of this video.
That's right. That is the theme for 2017. And now we come to ZF. Unless that's a word, I have no idea how to pronounce it. He asks, are you guys high when you do videos? I would like things twice for you.
Twice?
That means you're unliking it.
Yeah.
It's like thumbs up, thumbs down.
Yeah, so, come on, man.
Two rights don't make a wrong, except in this point they do.
Where is it? When there's a will, there's a way.
That's right.
Okay. Bible Man asks, did Tyranids ever got close to any big warp rift? What happened? What would happen when they did?
I don't think they have.
No, but Shadow and the Warp would kind of protect them. It's kind of cool that the Tyranids are like they're coming into this system already with a immunity to the warp in a way, which means that the Tyranids had to have evolved that from another solar or another area in the universe. So because the warp itself is specific for the Milky Way galaxy, so there must be other warp-like things in different galaxies.
Right. This next one is by, where's it at? The Fallow. He asks, does Chaos care about Necrons? I mean, do they fight them regularly, or is it more like random skirmishes? And can Necrons be corrupted by Chaos?
So do Chaos care about Necrons? Yes. Because Necrons cannot be corrupted, therefore they're the biggest threat. They don't feed into the Chaos at all. What was the other question?
I think that was. Oh, do they have like little fights or big fights?
Yeah, they have fights all the time.
Yeah, I mean, they're a threat. Oh yeah.
Mhm. Vice versa too. Necrons don't like Chaos because of war.
Mhm.
Next question comes from Alexandra Milanov. What race should be added in 40K lore that would counter the Tyranids pretty easily? I mean, would have good technology or good skill set to stop them. I think the best Tyranid like counter is, in lore-wise, orcs. The more orcs you kill, the more orcs that come about. The Tyranids feed off of that. The Tyranids feed off of more orcs feed off of the Tyranids killing orcs. So it's just like...
they're just going to keep on going up there.
But to the point where Tyranids can't defeat the orcs and the orcs can't defeat the Tyranids. They're just clashing. I think that's the best counter. The best counter is to just... I mean... Well, because you're not countering it. So the best counter is to...
just meet fire
them.
With fire.
Yeah, but it's like to lock them. So like if you're ever fighting somebody in the game and they're a shooter, best thing to do is tie them up in close combat. Doesn't matter if your 30 boys can kill that whatever the hell you bring, because close combat means he can't use all his missiles, his freaking laser beams and shit with the Tau crappiness. So yeah, there you go.
And I suck in close combat, so yeah.
Yeah, but because like your suits have pretty high strength though.
Yeah, yeah.
Sometimes like high armor. So like, what's that one giant one? The one with the little missiles.
Broadsides?
Yeah, broadside. So if like 30 boys went up against a broadside, I think it would just tie up the entire game.
Yeah, basically.
And then bam.
You've got a 2+ save, and yeah, I'm saving most of your attacks, so yeah.
And like my 100-point unit.
I can only kill like 1 or 2 guys at a time.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So my 100-point unit ties up your, what, 200 point?
About, depending on what I give them.
Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah. The other thing, well, to give you a different counter, I'd say the Necrons. Because the Necrons are not affected by the Shadow and the Warp since they're not psychic. They don't have any biomass, any flesh or anything, because they're all like, I won't say robots, but they're necrodermis, necrontier, whatever it's called. And they get like mashed up, whatever, they'll just repair. So kind of like the orcs, you knock one down, it's gonna get back up. And their weapons are specifically designed to like remove atoms from your like structure or whatever. So I don't see any way. I don't even see a reason for the Tyranids to continue fighting Necrons. It's like these guys don't have any biomass. There's nothing for them to consume. Why are we even spending our time fighting? And they'll just leave.
Other than the fact that like they're a threat, but
right.
That's the perfect counter, like you said. So yeah, that's a really good one. And those are the questions for this week. Thank you guys so much for sending those questions our way. Now please comment down below and give us more awesome questions for us to answer next week. If you can, please support us on Patreon. We are going to do an exclusive video exactly like this one. And then you also get, what is it called? Our own lore. We're starting to put out creepypastas and stuff on the Patreon channel. So click on the link down in the description. It's a simple $1 a day. And yeah.
$1 a month.
Oh, a month, yeah, sorry. $1 a day would be $30.
Yeah, if you guys want to do that, go ahead.
Yeah, if you want to donate $30, go ahead.
And as always, I am the Sound Alchemist here with
Kirsch One.
And we are One Mind Syndicate signing out.